Hi everyone, welcome to our asynchronous session. We are already in our module 2, which is environment and education. In this video, I will discuss the lesson 2, man, environment, and environmental awareness. Still, this is your instructor, Mr. Rences Jigardose of the Science Department, College of Arts and Sciences, Guimaras State College. Before we start with our lecture, I will request all of you to have a notebook with you for you to take note some salient points of our discussions so that later you can summarize it and it will guide you in your reflection and also in constructing your journal. Our environment comprises wider scope. It includes terrestrial, marine or aquatic, and our sun protector, the atmosphere. And we all know in our previous lectures that our atmosphere is composed of several layers: the troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, thermosphere, and exosphere. Remember also that humans have been interacting with their environment since people first walked the earth. For ancient times, humans were able to develop things around them to use for their living and survival, such as clearing the forest and convert it into croplands. These activities continue for years, decades, and centuries. And by doing so, we have altered the environment. Too much alteration greatly affects our environment. Thus, we experience some negative effects. By having this lecture, we may be able to educate ourselves and help in advocating or promoting holistic approach in taking care of our environment. Our environment affects our ways, such as changing our clothes during cold and hot weather. So, as we use sweater during rainy seasons and sando when summer season. In this section, we will introduce some of the ways in which humans influence their environment and how the environment influences us both positively and negatively. For our objectives, at the end of this module, the students are expected to describe the relationships between human activities and the environment and explain the importance of creating a better environment. The question now is, how are we able to create a holistic environment for us? We are expected to describe the ways in which humans use natural resources and give examples of problems caused by overexploitation. I know each one of you are aware already of this. Since elementary, during your high school, senior high school, up to this time, we exploit our resources. We use it unwisely. Human activities such as consumption of natural resources, cultivation of land for crop production to provide us food, water for drinking, washing of clothes, dishes, and many more. Minerals like tin, copper, gold, also with plants and animals. In return, production of wastes from a range of activities including agriculture, like animal manures in farms that contaminate water sources, or even runoff of synthetic fertilizers and pesticides that pollutes our water resources. Industry and mining influence such as heavy metals like mercury and lead, as well as wastes from our own bodies like household wastes with or without sewerage system, and etc. So these activities are considered as our direct relationship to our environment. Our environment offers two distinct resources that we might use. These are renewable and non-renewable resources. Let us talk about the non-renewable resources. Non-renewable resources are resources that cannot be replenished by natural means as quickly as the rate at which they are consumed. That means these resources are considered as finite. They include materials and fossil fuels such as oil, coal, and gas, which are formed over millions of years by natural processes from decayed plants and animals. It was believed also that the Philippines has plenty of natural gas deposits in various territorial waters, such as in the Burnham Rise, situated in the northern part of the country, the West Philippine Sea, considered as part of the Philippines, declared in the arbitral ruling in The Hague, Netherlands. These mineral gas deposits will make our country prosper if we tend to explore and use it wisely. Another type of resources that our environment provide for humans is the renewable resources. Renewable resources are constantly available or regenerated over short time scales by natural processes. Some renewable resources, such as solar energy, are non-modified or used up by humans. Others, such as water, are altered when we use them and can be overexploited or damaged such that the resource is no longer available for use. Exploitation of our groundwater resources, such as too much water usage in our respective homes, schools, work, and others, might deplete our aquifers. This will result to water scarcity, like for example in Africa and some arid regions, even here in the Philippines during El Nino. So, this is already a wake-up call to all of us. We mentioned in the previous slides, exploitation of our resources will cost a lot for us. It will cause a domino effects, such from our economy to our personal health, like no available clean water to drink or to use in our households, like destruction of mountains due to mining, covering of coral reefs due to effluents from mining. Example is that the dolomite mining in Cebu, where the mined dolomite dumped in the reclaimed area in the Manila Bay. The result in Cebu's coral reef, small particles go to marine environment and destroy corals and other living organisms thriving in that area. Problem due to overexploitation of natural resources such as deforestation occurs when forests are cleared and the trees are not replanted or allowed to regrow. Clearing land for agriculture to meet food of the growing population and the demand for fuel and construction materials has resulted in a steady loss of forest area. Also, in the conversion of land areas into subdivisions, it destroys the biodiversity in the area and make cost imbalance environment. The diagram here shows the interconnectedness of human activities, environment, and waste pollutants. Human activities such as the industry, energy production, transport, agriculture, recreation, domestic and personal activities will use resources from the environment. For example, water needed for crops in the agriculture, in our homes, and even in our recreational places such as parks, gyms, and malls. In return, each human activities produce plenty of waste products, and some of it were pollutants to our environment. Pollutants, for instance, industrial waste products released directly in rivers, and we can observe these dumping of waste in bodies of water in Manila, particularly in Pasig River, for instance. In transportation, it produces harmful carbon dioxide and carbon monoxide to air, causing respiratory problems to mankind. In energy production, like burning of coal to produce electricity needed in our households. Remember also that the coal-fired power plant in Ingori, La Paz. Also, nuclear power plants that produce radioactive wastes that are harmful to humans, causing cancer because of mutation in the cellular level. Domestic wastes. Some of us, especially in urban areas, or even those houses near coastal areas, they don't have septic tanks for their fecal wastes. This will contaminate or pollute source of water like our streams and our rivers. These wastes or pollutants will go back to our environment and will cause a tremendous destruction. Once our environment already destroyed, it will cause a domino effect. It will cause issues in health such as respiratory illness, cancers. Also, it will affect our economy since people are sick and no available resources already, then there will be no money that will circulate, causing poor economy. Thus, the late Jenna Lopez, the former secretary of DENR, is pushing an environmentally friendly projects to protect our mother nature and boost our economy through ecotourism. We can attract more tourists through ecotourism and agritourism because we have so many resources to offer here in the Philippines. Based on the previous discussions, we point out some wrongdoings of humans destroy our environment. Remember that we are made by the Supreme Being on His likeness and image. We are considered as the most intelligent and on top of its creation. Thus, we are tasked to use our intelligence in protecting and restoring our environment. The question is at stake now is how we can protect and restore our environment. Humans not only affect the environment negatively, we can also contribute positively to sustain the environment. Many environmentalists, science enthusiasts are working hard through research and development in various fields of discipline to promote environmental protection and restoration using latest technologies. When we install water treatment plants, for example, protect endangered species, and replant forests, we have a positive impact on our environment. And these are examples of initiatives being done by humans. Further, using of microorganisms in cleaning pollutants like cleaning of oil spills, we can call it bioremediation, where we use microorganisms in cleaning polluted environments and restore its normal flora and fauna. Another is using technologies in producing eco-friendly source of electricity, like solar power plants in Cadiz City, Negros Occidental, geothermal power plant in Negros Occidental, windmills here in Guimaras Island. These are initiatives where environmentalists try to apply in our environment. Lastly, I would like also to touch some initiatives of the government in protecting and restoring our environment, such as passing of laws that promote and protect clean air, clean water, and even protecting wildlife such as endangered animals and plants. Since we are all knowledgeable enough of these initiatives, we should support and spread these initiatives through different mediums, such as in social media, promoting correct approach in answering the present environmental problems will be a great help to our environment. Thus, our stand must be for Mother Earth, for the environment, because we believe in one Earth. There will be no more Earth for us to live in. Let us think also that we must share and preserve this for our future generations. Let us not be selfish. Let us not destroy this wonderful Earth. Let our future generations experience the beauty of God's creation. This will be my last slide, and I would like to thank all of you in giving your time and effort in listening, hoping that you will apply what you have learned in this lecture. So before I go, I will leave you this quote which I always share to my students. Hope this will touch your inner conscience. Nature can exist without human beings, but human beings cannot survive without nature. Lastly, think not what nature can do for you, but rather you can do for nature. Thank you very much and have a nice day.